Hello again, testing the DJI Osmo Action 4. It's windy, so we'll see what about wind noise as well. Making a 7-kilometer trip to supermarkets. I'm also trying a bit the charging of the XZ phone, but it's already really clear. So I'm using the chest mount. Yeah, I don't really like it. It's a bit tight. I put it almost at the maximum. I just need to loosen the straps a little bit more. But okay. I think I will use the handlebar mount. I've got a handlebar mount as well. I'm not sure how well it works. It uses two ball mounts. The same thing that was very problematic with the SafeRide 80. And by the way, I was using that in the last videos, as I mentioned, and the light was always changing. It was absolutely useless on bad roads. I mean, the light was changing aim. But of course I got another mount for the Osmo Action 4 for here, on the stem, suitable for all stems. Yeah, I showed that in a video. It will be interesting to see what you can hear of it, because it's very windy, is what I say. And some idiots. Jesus Christ, some idiots. There on the right is a bit of a small park with animals. Bos Park, which means forest park. So I was fiddling with settings on the XZ. I removed all the charge limiting functions that you could set. And let's see what happens. Oh yes, 1.3 ampere, 1.4. It immediately went from 0.8 to 1.4, so that's 7 watts. 7 watts charge speed. That's not bad at all. Even kijken. Not bad, it's excellent. Taking a road along a canal towards another town. And by the way, it was very interesting. A few years ago when I went there to get some wood for some plywood to build a new floor for my house. 18mm plywood, which was very difficult to get at the time. Ooh. And there they had it in stock, and a town called Terrar. It was amazing the difference in how people behaved compared to the town where I lived, which used to be a village, but so much has been built there that it's more a town. But my house was actually in the old part of the village, so very in the center, close to the supermarket, a few hundred meters, which doesn't mean I always went there. Let's see if the aim is okay, perhaps a bit more like this. So I always went to supermarkets in yet another town, city I should call it, which was about 10 kilometers away. Actually this one was also 10 kilometers and is still 10 kilometers away from where I lived. Another city also 10 kilometers away. And I went to both just for variation, because different supermarkets have different assortment of foods, own brands as well. And I do that these days as well. So now I'm going to a supermarket where they have nice type of bread, and that's the main reason. Charge speed still 1.3 ampere. So no, I'm not sure if you can see it, but 1.3. And if I switch the screen off, let's see what happens. Yeah, 1.13, it drops. May drop even more. But we'll see. Wait. Yeah, I can't see the aim. That's the issue with the chest mount. So with a bike mount, then it would be here on the handlebar, and I could see the screen and then adjust the aim. Chest mount is probably better for walking. Although plenty of people use it to record ride videos. Here's some bad roads, repairs. Oh. Oh. This section is also pretty bad. It's better to ride on the part where there are cars parked when there are no cars parked. Not here. Not here on this section, but a bit further. That was quite bumpy. Yeah, this here is better to ride here. It's smoother. But compared to Poland and Ukraine, this is even better. This is much better here. And there are no cars parked again, so yeah, pretty good here. What is this beep? Let's see. I don't know, get a red I haven't used it much. Is it empty? Well, we will see. And it's also going to be a short video. Or perhaps it means screen off. Ah, that could be. I haven't used it much. I've barely used it last couple of weeks. It's still red light flickering, so it's probably it should be recording. So the beep indicates screen off. It seems. Okay. It's not so bad with wind noise, I think, at this moment, because I'm cycling along with the wind. It's a bit like this. Just aim it a little bit higher. Now, of course, if I go in an aerodynamic position, then I also don't get a good aim. So, yeah, those are all issues with a chest mount, and I like to ride fast when I can with putting my arms on the armrests here. Long ago, when I had a sort of a cross bike, I used it more as a road bike, I got triathlon bars or aero bars. Yes, power is charging is 1.04 ampere. Yeah, definitely drops, but the charge speed is very 2.8 ampere. Okay, and it goes up to 1.14. Yeah, it varies a bit. Now I'm not getting 1.14 ampere, but 1.13. Let's put this a bit to the side. Alright. You can see 1.07 ampere. Which means 5.35 watts. 19 kilometers per hour. 26-inch wheeled bike, so on a 28-inch it would be about 20.5, 20.8 kilometers per hour. When you get this charge speed at lower speeds already, I'm going. Yeah, let's go 15 for a while, see what happens. My power bank died, by the way. I returned it. I bought it last June. It was the one with a solar charging ability, but it was so little. They stated 0.6 watts. They got nowhere near that, because that would mean in 8 hours you would be able to charge about 1/3 the capacity, and I got nowhere near that. Maybe 10% or so. I don't recall exactly, but it wasn't great. Perhaps even 5%. It was so little. So I'm looking for a new one, and I'm thinking to mount it on a handlebar. Yeah, it will be, or somewhere else. I could use this actually. So I've got this on the other bike. I've got a fake quad lock with suspension for the phone. Works pretty well, at least for these types of movements. For actually like this, probably not so much. Actually, definitely not so much. And I've got 2 other mounts in Ukraine, so I'm going to take this with me. Use the fake quad lock as well. Use the fake quad lock for the phone, the A52S, and use the other mount that I have, which is similar to this but a bit smaller, and you can rotate the phone. I'll use that, the black one that I showed in the videos, for example in Wrocław, where I tested it or to see how well it dealt with vibrations, etc. So these types of vibrations are handled pretty well. And the fake quad lock have a vibration dampener, which does it better because this will move, whereas the vibration dampener moves, but then it goes back to the original position. Let's see. So getting about 1 ampere at 15 kilometers per hour. So 5 watts, 15 kilometers per hour. It's pretty good. Plus light. Light is also on, yes. Just check to make sure. Just checking if it's still recording. Bus 182. I'm not sure if you're allowed to ride on that road there as a bicycle. Probably not as a bike rider. No, there's a bike path next to it, I think. You can see it there. Or bike path, perhaps it's more secondary road. It's used for people to get to their houses, also with cars. We have a side tailwind, which is good for testing. Charge speed is now it was 1.35, so it varies quite a bit. Yeah, that's the XZ. It's just varies a lot. Whereas with the A52S, I get a very constant output to the phone. So it's it doesn't matter how it's regulated, etc. It says there Zegerbrug, that's a bridge. Zegerplassen, you have here close by as well. That is not quite a lake, but smaller. Yeah, you could call it a lake, small lake. Side wind. Let's see what happens with wind noise. Yeah, I need to look at some of the fuzzy, hairy things. I tried foam in the past, it didn't work. I guess you need something more dense. Side wind. People riding here on the left with horses. Okay. Let's see where we are. Oh, it went to 1.54 ampere and then down quite a lot. 1.54. Let's see it. Yeah, it's staying there. Not sure what all this. Maybe it's because it gets directly fed to the phone because navigation is on, which sucks power. So then the phone says, okay, you can charge with more power because I'm going to directly use that. So we're close to Terrar. Here we're going here. A bit more than a kilometer. Yeah, the charging is noticeably higher now than when it was doing nothing, the phone. So I'll need to check that with the A52S if that's the same. I've done most of these tests already, but yeah, the details, don't recall everything. It's 3 years ago. It's not that interesting. When I tested the F12W dynamo, the Spinup. So I've been using it for 3 years. It gives a high power output, so it's running at 6.5 watts to the LEDs at 18 kilometers per hour now. And it was running at 1.5 amperes, so 7.5 watts as well. A little earlier. Let's see. I was just testing with the phone, just zooming in and out using Osmo. So I'm using Osmo for navigation. I tried Komoot. It was similar, maybe a bit easier to set, for example, to avoid certain roads, but all in all, I feel Osmo is good enough. Want to try Komoot further. I didn't like, I think it had has the social media functions, such as that you can post what you ride, etc. I'm not interested in that. Everything becomes a competition then. If I want to do competition, I'll do a competition. If I want to ride fast, I'll ride fast, but not. Same with Strava, I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in riding fast to show other people. By the way, my experience with riding fast, short trips of say 10 kilometers that I used to do a lot, riding fast, I mean, those distances, is that really works well for your speed and your endurance. So going full out 30 kilometers per hour, something like that, or more, on over 10 kilometers, Depends upon wind, of course. I think my best was about 40 kilometers per hour average. Or was, it still is. Normally I think it's, if I was really going fast on that route, which I barely ride anymore, like 35 kilometers per hour. And I noticed the level of my endurance and my speed drop off dramatically since I didn't do that anymore. Some newer type building. Looks a bit like a school. Yeah, probably is a school. Looks industrial. Oh, and a library. Or perhaps only a library. Or both. I'm not sure. So we're almost there at the roundabouts, to the left and then to the right. Then I'm there at the supermarket, and yeah, I'll see what else. Oh yeah, I need to check power banks. Good power bank. I don't know yet. I'd like one with pass-through charging, and 10 ampere hour would be nice. Not too heavy, not too light. To have as a buffer with the solar panel. But pass-through charging is what very few power banks do, so I think I'll just need to just get one. There are very cheap ones. The ones I used, it's very windy. Again, good wind noise test. Then I'll experiment with noise, wind reduction, dead cat or whatever they call it. Almost here. So maybe a lot of this video was not intelligible because of the wind noise, I don't know yet. I will see. So this is my first real test long term. I didn't use any of the special stabilization functions, just the normal ones. The default one, which seemed good enough when testing it briefly, but okay, I will see. Now I'm going to put it here. Okay. Let's put it like this. Okay. That's it for now. Bye.